him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-ma-gob, it's time for the only news that matters. And Wolfgang Van Halen is clearly taking shots at somebody on Mammoth's new single, I Really Wanna. Some clues from the song and video suggest his target is none other than Diamond David Lee Roth. Like many of Mammoth's previous albums, this one shows off Van Halen's multiple instrumental skills as he toggles between singing and playing bass guitar and drums. The lyrics find him running down an unknown person with the chorus repeatedly saying, "Oh, I really want to fuck with you." Van Halen also portrayed another megaphone wielding character who is typically seen in the background looking bored, wearing sunglasses and a flashy red shirt. The second verse provides the first clue that Roth is the subject of the song, as the red shirt guy takes over the microphone and declares, "This fucking kid is on the other side." The line echoes the complaints Roth aired about Wolfgang, who was a member of Van Halen from 2007 to 2020, alongside his father Eddie and his uncle Alex and Roth, in the 2024 video posted to his YouTube page. This fucking kid, he's complaining the entire tour like I'm not paying enough attention to him on stage. He's complaining to everyone around me. The business manager, the security guard, the clothing lady. Dave's not paying enough attention to me. I guess I'm honored he thinks about me as much as he seems, said Wolfgang Van Halen. I guess you have to take what he says with a grain of salt, considering he also said the whole eruption and he came up with, and also he came up with the Frankenstein, the Eddie red and white black striped guitar. He said he wrote all the solos that his dad wrote. When the guitar solo arrives in I Really Wanna video, it shows Van Halen tapping with his middle finger, winking and blowing a kiss at the camera. The red shirt guy is then seen struggling with a pair of nunchucks, reminiscent of the baton twirling display Roth performed during concerts, knocking the sunglasses off his head at one point. At the end of the video, it comes to a conclusion with a shot of the empty rehearsal room, and Wolfgang pops back into the frame to deliver one more middle finger. I Really Wanna is the third single of Mammoth's upcoming third album, The End, following the title track and The Spell. The End marks the third album that features Van Halen acting as one-man band and the first to drop the WVH from the band's name. The record is due in stores October 24th, and I'm buying it. I gotta say, man, I was never really into the Mammoth music, and I even bought both records, and I didn't think much of it. And I went to go see him live, and I was blown away how good it was. I mean, he is really good live. And then, I don't know, it was maybe like a month ago, I said, let me listen to, I was just flipping through my records and I saw the Mammoth 2. I said, let me listen to this again, because I remember hearing it the first time. I didn't like it much, but let's give it another shot. And man, I really liked it. I was really blown away by it, actually. I was like, damn, this is really good. And I still haven't listened to the first one. I have, but I'm saying I haven't listened to it yet. I'm planning on doing that soon because I was blown away by Mammoth too. And I'm really like these songs, all the songs. I Really Wanna, and there was a couple other singles I heard from this End album that I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely buying it, man. But yeah, I gotta say, man, it's growing on me. Well, at least Wolfgang Van Halen Mammoth 2 did. But as far as Dave, You know, yeah, he's really. It's so obvious he's talking about Dave because of the line, "this fucking kid." Because, you know, Dave is constantly saying "this fucking kid" in that time he was slamming him. So Wolfgang is like, in a way, telling off Dave. I wonder if Dave is going to catch on to this story. I'd like to know what he has to say. But Dave's been very, you know me. I'm the Sammy Hagar hating Dave defender. But, you know, I can't really defend Dave's actions when it comes to Wolfgang. Because while he was bashing on Wolfgang, he also talked about, oh, and his record, something about his record ain't selling much and this and that. And I'm like, that's kind of low, man. You should, you know, you want to slam him, do that, but don't announce to the world that, you know, his Mammoth project is flopping, you know. But then again, nobody sells records now, you know. But it was a packed place. I went to go see him at the Revolution, which is a huge two-story club. It holds about, I don't know, 400 or 500 people. It was packed. There was a lot of people there. And it was just kick-ass, man. And I wish Wolfgang the best, man. I mean, I bought those Wolfgang albums initially because I wanted to support him. I wanted to support Eddie's kid. You know, I know Eddie loved him like crazy. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to buy it, you know, just to show my support. And I did it to both albums. And I'm going to do the third one, but I will say the third one I will buy on compact disc. I'm not buying vinyl anymore for new releases. It's got to be something old school with the analog warmth, you know? Because all this new shit, I don't hear a difference putting on a CD and a newer vinyl. I really don't hear a difference. So I'm not going to spend like $10 more for a record that, to me, sounds just as fine on compact disc. So yeah, you know, I wish Wolf the best, and I hope Dave doesn't come out bashing him for not selling records anymore. I mean, hey, at least he's releasing records. Unlike Dave, that, you know, you hear a bunch of songs he did with John 5, which, you know, to me, I was very disappointed. I was expecting something better. I didn't really hear any good songs out of all those John 5 songs he would release, you know, through the past few years. It wasn't rocking, man. It, you know, it didn't have the fire. It was all mellow and acoustic-y and stuff like that. You know, and that's not what I want from Dave, you know. So, but, you know, release the shit already, you know. Well, why won't you? Because you're afraid it will sell as much as Wolfgang or less? I don't know. All I know is that I wish Wolfie the best. And I wish Dave the best. I still love David Lee Roth, even with all those flaws. I just saw him a few months back. His voice was terrible. Terrible. But you know what? It was a fun damn show. I didn't care. I had a good time. It's probably the last time I'll ever see Dave, because he's way up there in age. And yeah, you know, if I don't know if people were there were cringing. I was cringing a little bit, but at the same time, I was having fun. But then, you know, you go home and you watch the footage of the show you just saw. It's worse. It's way worse than when you went there. You know, you get a shitty cell phone camera to film not a great performance. It's going to be 100 times worse watching it at home. And that's, you know, that's how I felt about the Dave show. It was a fun night out. It was a great venue. I love that venue, by the way. It's like my favorite newer venue, even though it's very sanitized, because concerts suck now compared to the old days. It's so sanitized and clean, but still, that Hard Rock casino place, it holds, I don't know, like maybe $5,000, 5,000 people. And it wasn't that packed, Wolfgang, if you're listening. It wasn't a sold out show or anything. But it wasn't a bad turnout either. But, you know, the upper sections were kind of empty. But it was, to me, a fun show. I know some people would probably think it's horrible. I wouldn't go see it and I hate that. I get it. You know, you don't like having fun. It's just, I wasn't going there expecting to see, you know, fucking Dream Theater or something, you know. I mean, well, Dream Theater is a bad example because that band was tight and awesome. But I wasn't there to see, like, you know, Jeff Tate or, you know, Ronnie James Dio or something. I know Dave, you know, Dave's voice ain't what it used to be. But what gets me about Dave live, and I noticed this while watching him, I'm like, why are you screaming the parts of songs that when you originally sang them on the album, you're not screaming? You can sing those songs fine if you wouldn't yell like, you can't get romantic on a subway line, you know, and shit like that. You know, you can tone it down a bit, and I think it would sound fine. But hey, what do I know, man? Viva Diamond Dave. You know, I know he's a whack job, and but I said it before and I'll say it again. I'll take David Lee Roth at his worst with his dying frog voice over Sammy Hagar Belcher with the best day he ever sang in his life. That's what I think. What do you all think? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to, hey, give Wolfgang a chance. Listen to Wolfgang, what is it, Mammoth 2. I don't know if you'll like it, but hey, I enjoyed it. I'm going to check out the first Mammoth album now and see my verdict on that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and schmack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.